6:30, so on a Monday evenings, always love to hang out and do yoga with you folks from the Battery. So tonight, obviously, we are not out enjoying the beautiful weather tonight, but instead, we'll be meeting virtually. So the Braves have made the postseason. They're playing the Dodgers this evening, and they're going to be hosting some watch parties in and around the Battery. So we don't want to be competing with space. Yeah, we all need to share the space. So tonight, we'll be broadcasting virtually from my home. And we only have two more yogas at the Battery for the season. So if you haven't come out and joined us yet, please come out and join us. So we have next week and the following week, our season shuts down the end of October. So please come on down and join us. And if you're not ready to do that yet, that's okay, because guess what? We'll always broadcast this live through the end of October, so you can join us either way. So my name is Renee. I'm seeing a bunch of you tuning in. Thank you for joining us for some virtual yoga tonight. And I'm here representing the Kaiser Permanente wellness team. So I'm excited to be with all of you this evening, and let's get started. So take a look around your space. You don't necessarily have to have a mat. That's okay. You could just use the floor. Yeah. So just make your way back to your space you're going to practice in. I got to back up a little bit. And we'll get started in a comfortable seated position, whatever that might be for you this evening. So take a moment to settle in. Decide what shape your body wants to take. And then start drawing your attention inward. And the easiest or most direct way to do that is to start to lower your gaze or close your eyes, reducing the amount of visual stimuli you're interacting with. When you start the journey inward, it's easier to connect with your bodily respirations. Notice your inhales and exhales coming in and out of your nostrils. It's a really interesting time that we're living in right now for a lot of different reasons. And each one of us is reacting differently to our situation. And anything that we are feeling individually is being felt collectively by everyone. So we come to our mat, we come to our practice. It's a beautiful time to raise our energetic vibration, to engage in self-care, to reduce the amount of stress we might be feeling and overcome fear with love. And the more that we work on that individually, the more it's felt collectively. 3 more very deep breaths through your nose. Then we'll start to make our way onto all fours. So come onto your hands and your knees. And place your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide. You want a nice wide base, a strong foundation from which to work. And then look back at your knees. Make sure they're about hip width distance apart. And you can choose to tuck your toes or put your feet flat, whatever feels best on your feet. And keeping the rhythm of our breath, staying connected there, we're going to start to move through our spine in any way that might feel good to you. You can start with some cat-cows, rounding and swaying. It's an exhale as you arch your back, like a Halloween cat, right? It's October, so Halloween is upon us. Arch your back like a cat and then sway your back. Or you may want to make some circles or figure eights or U shapes with your hips. Can help to release the hips and the low back. Or perhaps you prefer a twist. You can raise one arm up into the air like a bird wing and then slide it underneath your other arm. Drop your shoulder and your ear down. This is a variation called thread the needle. You can wrap your other arm behind your back if you want. But just starting to work the kinks out in your spine. When we experience different emotions, they may manifest as tension or stiffness or heaviness in certain parts of our body. And for each one of us, it can be a little different. So in these moments when we warm up, you have the opportunity and really all throughout the practice, you can move or modify anything as you need to so that it feels good and resonates in your body. It doesn't have to necessarily be, what I'm doing or suggesting. I'm merely leading you in a certain direction. Whether or not you choose to go there, if it works for you, that's really a personal decision. All right, a couple more movements, then we'll meet in downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up into the air, gaze at your navel. Body takes on the shape of an inverted V. And again, if you need to pedal out the feet or shake your head a bit, or if this is a bit much, you can always just hang in all fours. Any shoulder or wrist issues, you can always take some of the weight off by lowering your knees down. And still have the exact same effects. Really, at the core of it, yoga classes are breathing classes. Everything else is secondary. Everything else is secondary. All right, bottom of your next exhale, look to your hands. Lift your heels up and walk your feet forward towards your hands. Bend your knees, relax your chest onto your thighs, and we'll hang here in a forward fold for a moment. Roll the weight forward. And it's okay if your hands don't touch the ground or touch your feet. You just hang. Another great place to release tension around the neck or around the shoulders. As you release your upper body, the heavier you can make your upper body here, the more release you get from your spine, especially your low back. Pull your belly in just a little bit. We're going to slowly start to roll up to stand. And continue our warm-up with a few half-sun salutations, about halfway up. Inhale, raise your arms up and look at your hands. Exhale, swan dive forward and look down at your feet. Inhale, half lift. Extend forward. You can put your hands on your legs if you need to, flat back. Exhale, chin towards your chest, and look at your knees. Breathe in, come all the way up, look up at your hands again. And we'll do that 2 more times. Exhale, fold forward. Keep your knees bent, your neck soft as you do this. Inhale, extend, look forward, flat back. Exhale, roll in and look at your knees. Inhale, come all the way up, nice and tall. Look up. 1 more time. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, extend. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up. Moving into a full sun salutation. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, look forward. Little variation today. Exhale, put your hands on your mat. Step your feet to the back of your mat, coming into the top of the push-up. And instead of lowering from a high to a low push-up like we normally do, we can do a little variation called knees, chest, chin. I wonder if you can figure out why. As you exhale, lower your knees, then lower your chest, and lower your chin. So your hips or your rear end are still slightly raised here. Inhale, slide forward, untuck your toes, lift your chest up, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Gaze towards your belly button. Take a few deep breaths as we move through. A lot of these sun salutations and variations, we create heat in the body. It helps to alleviate stiffness and soreness in the body. It also helps to detoxify the mind, the body, and the spirit. So let the heat come. Let it wash over you. It's okay. That's what it's designed to do. Bottom of your exhale, look to your hands. Walk your feet up to your hands. Inhale, extend, half lift. Exhale, chin towards your chest, round in. Inhale, come all the way up. We'll do that again. Exhale, bow forward, lead with your heart. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, palms down, step back. We're going to do that knees, chest, chin variation. Inhale, slide forward, lift your hips up. Make sure your toes are pointing towards the back of your mat or your space. Exhale, tuck your toes and press your hips up. And take a few more deep breaths. Bottom of your next exhale, shift your gaze forward to your hands, walk your feet up to your hands. Inhale, half lift, extend. Exhale, round in. Inhale, come all the way up. 1 more time through Sunday. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, palms down, step back. When you exhale, lower your knees, your chest, and your chin. Inhale, lift your chest up. Little back bend. Exhale, tuck your toes, press your hips up, and take a few more breaths. So with the interesting time that we're living in, we all react differently. And although we really control a whole lot of aspects of our lives, or so it seems that way, what we can control is our reaction to it. We can come back to our mat, come back to our breath, come back into our bodies, and know the truth in the present moment exactly as it is. They say true fearlessness isn't about reducing fear, it's about accepting the fear and moving on, even though the fear is there. Bottom of your exhale, make your way to your hands, walk your feet up to your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale and fold, inhale, come all the way up. Bring your palms together. Exhale, lower your hands to your heart. Step your feet at least hip width distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. We're going to start to make our way down into a squat. So if you went to classes, especially last year at the Battery, I did squats all in 2019. It was the year of the squat. I totally made that up. Yeah. So we're going to do a little squat variation and build it into an interesting posture in a little bit. So take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, if you need to for balance, take your fingertips and put them down on your mat or on the floor. Turn your toes out away from one another and drop your hips down towards your mat, malasana, or a yogi squat. Now, any knee issues, which is very common, you might not want to drop below your knees. So if you need to stand up and your yogi squat looks more like this, it's totally fine. Well, that's okay. So I often say, one of my favorite teachers says, you can mess with the gods, you can mess with the government, but you can't mess with your knees. Yeah, so don't squat down if it doesn't serve your knees here. So we're hanging out in this squat. Great for the hips, great for the low back, wonderful for your digestive system. We're going to add a little variation today to open up our shoulders and heart at the same time. How do we overcome fear and stress? Yeah, it's by opening our hearts and turning towards love. And the way we do that is by opening our chest, rolling the shoulders back. So we're going to add a bind to this. So I'm going to do it in steps. Again, you decide which one is going to work for you. Start by taking my right, putting them down to the ground. Left arm, I'm going to wrap it behind my back. This is a half bind. Wrap your arm behind your back. Roll your shoulder open and look over your left shoulder. And this might be where you're going to stay today. It's fantastic. Yeah, roll that shoulder open. So keep working in the hips. Let's try that on the other side. So now left fingertips down. Wrap your right arm behind your back. Half bind. Look over your right shoulder. Keep the breath moving. You don't want to ever stifle or hold the breath. All right, let's untwist. So maybe you're staying with the half bind today. Fantastic. Stay with the half bind. You want to work a little deeper? Here's our next variation, which includes a full bind. Right fingertips to the ground. Left arm wraps behind your back, just like before. Now, here, or if you want to work towards the full bind, right hand, which is the one on the floor, your right tricep, which is the muscle between your elbow and your shoulder, wraps around the front of your shin. So left arm behind your back, right arm wraps in front of your shin, and maybe you can bring your hands together behind you and look over your shoulder. Maybe that's not happening, you can't quite reach. That's okay. Yeah, just open up as much as you can. As much as you can. And release that side. Let's try the other side. Left fingertips down to the ground. Right arm, I think this time, goes behind your back. Again, just hold the half bind. That's where you're at. Totally cool. Otherwise, tricep, again, above your elbow, touches your shin, around your shin. And maybe you can bring your hand and find your fingertips. Big deep breaths. Even if you just have the half bind, you're still opening your heart and opening your shoulder. And that's the energetic movement we want to move towards. Doesn't matter whether or not you get your hands behind your back or clasp them together. A lot of other things. The most important thing is we're energetically connected with breath and opening our heart. All right, let's release that. Both hands in front of you, fingertips down. Use them for balance. Rock forward just a little bit. Start to press your hips up. Walk your feet in. We're going to slowly roll up to stand. Doesn't that feel good? I think it feels pretty good. We're going to continue our warm-up with a little sun beat with a variation with that as well. So we're going to start in chair pose. Bend your knees. Inhale. Maybe take your arms up or to your heart or to your chest. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, straighten your legs and fold forward. Look at your toes. Inhale, half lift, extend forward. Exhale, palms down, step back. This time we're going to move from a high push-up to a low push-up. So bend your elbows and lower yourself down. Inhale, lift your chest up and look up. Exhale, tuck your toes and lift your hips up. This is where variation is going to come in. Inhale, lift your right leg up into the air. This is three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward to your hands. Keep your back heel lifted. Inhale, raise both of your arms up. This is high lunge or crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana. When you exhale, lower your back knee. Lower your left knee. Sink back, fingertips down. Drop your hips down and back towards your left foot. Inhale, come back up into your high lunge. Exhale, step back and lower. Inhale, up dog, look up. Exhale, down dog. Look down. Other side. Inhale, lift your left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your left foot forward to your hands. All 10 of your toes pointing in the same direction. Inhale, sweep your arms up. High lunge. Exhale, lower your hands. Lower your right knee. Sink back. Half splits. Inhale, come back up. High lunge. Exhale, vinyasa. Hands down. Step back. High low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, and breathe. Bottom of your next exhale. Look to your hands. Step or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in and bend your knees. Inhale, raise your arms up a little bit or a lot. Chair pose, keep your knees bent. Exhale, straighten your legs and fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, vinyasa, palms down, step or jump back, and lower. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up. Inhale, right leg floats up. Exhale, right foot forward to your hands. Inhale, raise both of your arms up, look up at your hands, high lunge. Exhale, lower your hands, lower your left knee, sit back, half splits. Inhale, come back up, high lunge. Exhale, vinyasa, hands down, step back, high to low. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, chest down, left side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, raise your arms up, gaze up. Exhale, fingertips down to the earth. Lower your right knee, sit back. Straighten your front leg as much as you can. Inhale, come back up into that lunge. Exhale, vinyasa. Few breaths here. Bringing in some variations. Because sometimes when we work differently, it challenges us a little bit. Engages our mind a bit more and helps our mind to calm down. Working on something new, we're often so engaged that a lot of the mind chatter goes away. Bottom of your exhale, look to your hands, walk your feet up. Inhale, half lift, look forward. Exhale, fold in and bend your knees. Inhale, lift your chest up. You decide how high your arms are going to go. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale, straighten your legs and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, vinyasa. Starting with the right side to honor the sun. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fingertips to the earth. Left knee down, sink back. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, vinyasa. Left side to honor the moon. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, lift your upper body up. Exhale, sink back down to the earth. Fingertips down, right knee down, sit back. Inhale, rise back up, nice and strong. Exhale, vinyasa. Few breaths in downward facing dog. Bottom of your exhale, look to your hands. Step or jump your feet towards the top of your space. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Inhale, lift your chest up. And exhale, come to stand. Wish I could see all of you. That's one thing about streaming. I can't see what all of you are doing, but I'll bet you guys are all doing a great job. So we're gonna start to move on to a few variations, let's say. So here we go. Inhale, raise your arms up over your head, gaze up at your hands. Exhale, fold forward. Look down at your toes. Plant your hands, so bend your knees as you need to get your hands down, fingers wide. Step your feet back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, just like we did earlier, but we're gonna do a few different things here. Inhale, lift your right leg up into the air. Exhale, bring your right knee to touch your right elbow. So lean forward, knee to your elbow. Inhale, extend your right leg up. Now take it underneath your body. Take your right knee to touch your left elbow this time. Underneath your body, take a twist. And then kick. Kick your right leg underneath you so your legs are crossed. Raise your left arm up as you slide your right leg out to come down to seated. Yeah, keep sliding. Hopefully you're on kind of a surface that will allow you to slide. Inhale, raise both of your arms up. Exhale, turn and twist and fold over your left leg. So the straddle of fold here. Inhale, raise both of your arms up again. Exhale, turn to face the front of your space. Plant your hands. Twist. And exhale, step your right foot back. Uncross it, coming into downward facing dog. Fancy, huh? Fancy. Let's try it on the other side. Inhale, left leg goes up into the air. Don't worry if you didn't get it. We'll do it a few times. Exhale, bring your left knee to touch your left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Left leg goes up. Exhale, left knee under your body to your right elbow. Kick your left leg. So your left leg is crossed. Inhale your right arm up as you slide your left foot away from you. Sliding into a seated position. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold over your right leg this time. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, twist to the front of your space again. Plant your hands. Uncross your legs, downward facing dog. All right, we're going to do that again, but we're going to add a few more things on. So here we go. Inhale, right leg into the air. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, or as close as you can get it. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee to your left elbow. Kick it across. Inhale, lift your left arm up as you keep sliding your right foot away. Come down onto your bum. Raise your arms up. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Let's start to add on. Inhale, raise your arms up again. Place your right hand to the outside of your right hip. And bend your right knee so your right foot comes towards your left inner thigh. Inhale, press down with your right hand. Roll forward onto your right knee, coming into a side plank variation. So your right hand down, right knee down, left foot is somewhere over there. Yeah, bump on up. Take a look at your left foot and take a look at your right thumb. We did this a couple weeks ago live, yeah? Take a look at your left thumb, or your left foot and your right thumb. Now you're going to take your left foot and step it to your right thumb. And again, we'll practice that a few times. If you didn't get it, that's okay. Tuck your back toes. We're going to lift our back knee up, drop your heel, and take your right hand, connect it with your left wrist, and you're going to lean towards the back of your space. This is called Sky Archer. Keep your legs straight, left toes pointing towards the top of your mat, and lean back. Now when you breathe out, we're going to make a big circle with our hands. So keep holding onto your hands. Breathe out. Reach over your left leg. Then bring your fingertips towards the ground, and you're going to slowly turn to the other side of your mat. Turn all of your toes to the back of your mat. Bend your right knee. Inhale and raise your arms up. Crescent lunge or a high lunge, facing the other direction on your mat. Exhale, lower your hands down to either side of your right foot and step your right foot back to downward facing dog. Now you're facing the opposite side of your space. That's okay. So we're going to do it all on the left, which will turn us back around again. So let's start with the left side, shall we? Inhale, left leg goes up into the air. Exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, left knee to your right elbow. Start to kick it across. Inhale as you lift your right leg up. Keep sliding, sliding, sliding so you end up on your bottom. Raise your arms up. Exhale and fold over your right leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left hand, the outside of your left hip. Draw your left foot in towards your right inner thigh. Then inhale, rock forward. Side plank variation. Left hand, left knee, right foot. Take a look at your right foot and your left thumb. Right foot and left thumb. Step your right foot to your left thumb. And when you inhale, we're going to stand up. Connect your left hand with your right wrist. Stand up. Legs are straight. Reach all the way back. Sky Archer. That's a big move. Standing and reaching back. Now we'll take the momentum the other way. Draw a circle. Exhale. Take your hands. Reach over your right leg. Fingertips towards the floor. Drag them across your mat. As you pick up your toes, pivot on your heels. Bend your left knee. Inhale, raise both of your arms up. Here's that crescent lunge from before. Exhale, lower your hands to either side of your left foot this time. And step back. Downward facing dog. All right, we're not quite done. We're going to add a few more things onto that and run through it a couple times. Here we go. You guys ready to go? Here we go. Right side. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow. Kick your right leg across. Inhale, your left arm up. Keep pushing that right foot away. Come on down. Raise your arms up. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Inhale, raise your arms up. Plant your right hand. Bend your right knee so right foot comes in to your inner thigh. Inhale, press up. Side plank. Now step your left foot, which is your back foot, up to your thumb. Left foot to your right thumb. Big inhale. Here's our big move. Stand all the way up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Lean back. Exhale, make a circle. Stretch and reach over your left leg. Fingertips down. And go across your mat. Drag them across your mat as you turn on your toes to the back of your mat. Bend your right knee. Inhale and raise your arms up. High crescent lunge. Back heel is lifted. We're going to add on again. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart and hook your left elbow towards your right knee. Look over your right shoulder here. Prayer twist or twisted lunge. Now with a big inhale, you're going to untwist. Reach your arms forward. Put a bunch of weight in your right foot. See if you can lift your left leg up. This is warrior 3. Your body's kind of like the capital letter T here. Chest down, leg up. Nice straight lines. Now this next move is going to bring in what we were doing earlier with our squat. So with an inhale, you're going to stand up, back leg, which is your left leg, bend your left knee and bring it in front of you. Now believe it or not, bringing your knee up like this, did earlier. So you can either grab your knee and hug it in really tight, or if you want to get fancy, take both of your hands to the inside. Left tricep wraps around your left shin, and then maybe you can bring your hands together behind you and stand up. It's a one-legged squat, except you're standing. Fancy, huh? Again, you can just be holding your knee. This is totally fine too. So give it a whirl. We'll do it a couple more. All right, exhale, lower your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. And we'll do it all on the left. Here we go. Inhale, left leg up into the air. Exhale, left knee to your left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog, toes to the sky. Exhale, left knee to your right elbow. Kick it across so your legs are crossed. Inhale, float your right arm up as you slide down onto your bottom. Both arms up. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, put your left hand down. Fold your left knee in. Inhale as you press up into the side plank. Now take a look at your right foot and your left thumb. Step your right foot to your left thumb. Then inhale, stand all the way up. Grab your right wrist, lean back, sky archer. Exhale, make a circle. Reach over your right leg. Drag your fingertips across the ground. Pick up your toes, pivot on your heels, bend your left knee. Inhale, raise your arms up. High crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to your heart and take a twist. Look over your left shoulder this time. Inhale, launch forward, balance on your left foot, arms out in front of you, body like the letter T, chest down, leg up. Warrior 3 variation. And then inhale, stand up. Keep your right foot off the ground if you can. Bend your right knee in front of you. Again, pull it up towards your armpit. Really compress your hip here if you can. Or if you want to get fancy, try the bind. Both hands to the inside. Right tricep wraps around. Maybe grab your hands behind you and stand up. Compress your hips while opening your heart all at the same time. Great job. One more big deep breath. Exhale, lower it all down. Step back to downward facing dog. Let's do it again on the right. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, right toes up. To your left elbow. Kick your right foot across. Inhale, slide your right foot away as your left arm goes up. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, right hand down. Right knee folds in. Inhale, press up. Side plank on the right. Left foot, step it forward to your right thumb. Press down, stand up, grab your left wrist with your right hand, lean back, legs are straight. And exhale, draw a big circle, stretch over your left leg. Fingers to the ground. Turn all the way around, bend your right knee. Inhale, raise your arms up. Crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to your heart and twist. Inhale, float forward. Raise your arms out in front of you. Weight in your right foot. Lift your left leg up. Warrior 3. Then inhale, stand up. Bend your left knee in front of you. Draw it in or bind it. Stand up nice and tall. Either way, nice and tall. Exhale, lower your hands down. Step back. Downward facing dog. Let's do it again on the left. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee to your right elbow. Start to slide your left foot away. Raise your arms up. Inhale, and then exhale, fold over your right leg. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, left hand down. Left knee bends. Inhale, rise up. Side plank variation. Step your right foot To your left thumb, tuck your back toes. Big inhale, come all the way up. Sky archer on the right. Grab your right wrist, lean back. Exhale, draw a big circle. Reach over your right leg, fingertips to the ground. Change directions. Bend your left knee, raise your arms up, crescent lunge. Keep the lunge, just twist your upper body, hands to your heart, and twist. Inhale, stretch and reach forward, chest down, leg up. Make that capital letter T, like tough or tenacious. Inhale, stand up. Right leg sweeps in front of you, grab your knee, or bind it. Stand up. Chest and heart open. Great job. Exhale, bring everything down, step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, drop your knees to the earth. Exhale, press your hips back. Child's pose, relax. Come back into your breath while staying in child's pose. Stay nice and grounded towards the earth. The earth is a constant source of nurturing, grounding, steady energy. So sometimes if our mind or our situation, we're getting very caught up, feeling very scattered or fearful or stressed, we come back into our breath, back into our bodies, get down towards the earth. It helps to calm us down. And the more that we do that for ourselves, the more we're really influencing others around us, and all of us are affected by that positive energy. We're all living in a difficult time. We can't control that, but what we can control is how we react to that and our response to it. And so it's so important right now that we stay engaged with friends, with family, with loved ones, with our practice, and with ourselves. We cannot lose our sense of self through all of this. So I'm so happy that some of you decided to spend a little time practicing with me and connecting. So important for all of us right now. All right, slowly start to walk your hands in. Once you have your hands planted on the earth, use your hands to bring yourself up. And we're going to take a seated position. So whatever way makes sense to you, take a seat. And we're going to try a little something from seated. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So you can either sit just with your legs crossed, like crisscross applesauce, yeah. Half lotus or full lotus in your practice. This is a little easier with your legs bound, but it's not necessarily a requirement. So you can just keep your legs crossed just fine. If you don't know what half lotus or full lotus is, you take your right foot and take your right heel and bring it up towards your left hip crease. So your legs are kind of stacked one on top of the other. That's the half lotus. So maybe you like this, stay here. If you have a little more flexibility and your knees and ankles are in a good shape, then you can take your bottom foot, which is your left foot, and wrap it up and over your right knee. Yeah, so both of your feet towards your hip creases, and your legs are kind of folded upside down. But this certainly is not available to everyone. So don't worry if you can't flip your legs up in regular seated pose, and this is just fine. So what we're going to do is called Garbha Padasana, or fetus in the womb pose in English. It's a balancing pose from seated. So again, if you're just sitting crisscross applesauce, you put your hands to the tops of your knees or grab your feet. So either way, you might need to play around with this a little bit. Knees or your feet. So you're leaning back a little bit, balancing on your sits bones, or your butt bones, really. And take a few deep breaths. If you want, you can even shift your gaze up towards the ceiling. But see if you can find a little steadiness, a little ease as you balance here. Keep the breath moving. Now, a tendency can be is that when we start to balance, we hold our breath. But really our muscles need a lot of oxygen in order to balance, and to keep firing. So if you're holding your breath, then uncross your legs or put your legs down closer to the floor, that's okay. But even in these unsteadying and wavering times, can we still remain calm? Can we control our reaction? Because that's really the only thing that we can control. Instead of giving into fear and confusion and stress, can we draw inside and connect to the peace that's within us? That's what balancing helps us do. Determination, concentration, and it helps us to remain focused. Remain focused. Let's take a breath. And if you've fallen over or whatever, it's no big deal. It's like the old Weebles. You remember those toys, the Weebles? Like, we had them when I was a kid, but I'm probably really dating myself now. But they used to wobble over, you might be wobbling all over the place. It's okay. It's all right, come to your breath. With each breath, you get stronger just by trying to hold your balance here, whether or not you get it. All right, let's go ahead and the legs down. Uncross your legs and stretch them out in front of you. Stretch your legs out. It might feel good to bend your knees and release forward here. Sometimes in those balancing poses, if our core isn't very strong, our back muscles will come in to hold us balanced there. So release your back muscles if you need to. Relax forward. Give them a much deserved break if they need it. With an inhale, come on up. We're going to roll down all the way and lay down on our backs. And lay on down, give your knees a hug, roll around a bit. And in these, uncertain times or in your own situation, if you find that, your mood is perhaps declining or going downhill, a great way to counteract that is by back bending. Back bending opens our heart, shines our light outwards. It's a great way to boost mood and overall positive energy. So let's work on a little back bend, shall we? We're going to work into Setu Bandhasana, or bridge pose. Bridge pose. So with your knees bent, place your feet on the floor, about hip-width distance apart, and your feet should be parallel, like the number 11. And you really want to use your legs here, pressing against the earth. Really strong foundation so that you can become light and free. So press down with your feet and lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Take a few breaths. And you can relax your arms to your sides or over your head, or if you want to go a little deeper, you bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, and roll up onto your shoulders. Really feel the connection between your feet and the earth. Big, deep breaths. that wonderful energy that we created in our standing sequence, all that revitalized and oxygenated blood moving towards our head. Again, that's what helps us feel better, yeah? Boosts our mood. All right, the next time you breathe out, slowly lower your hips down. You may want to bring your knees together or gently twist from side to side here. We're going to do a little variation, a more dynamic variation of bridge pose next, working with the rhythm of our breath. So let's come back to center. Again, check in, make sure your feet are parallel, hip width distance apart. Arms are going to be to your sides, palms facing down to start. So with an inhale, you're going to lift your hips up. At the same time, raise your arms over your head. Backs of your hands touch the floor behind you, opening up the whole front side. And then when you breathe out, lower your hips and relax your palms back down to the ground. So inhale, everything presses up and open. Everything open, nice and long. Feet connected. And exhale, lower everything back down to the ground, becoming more grounded. And so we take that grounding and nurturing energy and then inhale, press it out. Press it up for all to experience. And exhale, lower it down. One more time. Big inhale, lift up, get long, press up, get open. And exhale, lower it down. Good. Draw your knees in and one more boost here. So hugging your knees in, then extending your legs up toward L. Body's like letter L. Another way to continue moving that energy towards our head or towards our minds. And you can stay here with your hips down. If you're comfortable with shoulder stand and you want to rock up and lift your hips up, you can certainly do that too. Either way is fine. But get your legs up. Start to lower your gaze, especially if you find your mind is starting to wander, and connect inward with your breath. Through inverting, our individual energy moves towards the crown of our head. Collective energy. So all those great vibes we created by practicing together and backward bending and balancing and focusing, we now share with everyone. Last 3 breaths here. And on that third exhalation, bend your knees, lower your feet. And we'll take a twist. So you can either keep your knees and feet close together and drop your knees to one side. If you'd like to try something a little different, cross your left leg over your right leg and drop both of your knees to the right. Gaze over your left shoulder. If you find the cross-legged version is too intense, uncross your legs and just stack them. Let's gently come back to the center and switch sides. And let's begin to come back to the center and then release the physical practice completely by relaxing on our backs. You can keep your knees bent or extend your legs long. Be sure to close your eyes. Letting your sense of self or this moment kind of soften a bit of time. Beginning to reconnect first by taking a few deep, complete breaths. And beginning to move your fingers and toes. A gentle stretch. Perhaps rolling onto one side. And then as you're ready, slowly come up to seated. And we'll bring our hands to our hearts to seal our practice and our energy with unconditional love and gratitude as always. Thank you all so much for practicing with me tonight. I hope to see you again very soon. Namaste. Thanks again, everybody, and don't forget just a couple more sessions of yoga at the Battery. Will be done towards the end of the month, so would love to have you practice, whether you come to the plaza and join us live or you can join us virtually. Let's end the season strong and the year strong together through this wonderful opportunity that we have. So thanks so much, and I hope to see you again soon.